Hello, welcome back to another episode of GOEL Founders, where we inspire youth to find their purpose through stories of founders all over the world. I will be your host, Margaret Kimani, and today we have a very important guest with us. He's going to introduce himself.
Thank you, Maggie. My name is Tim Mwangi.
Hi, Tim.
And I work at GOEL.
Yes. Welcome. So humbled to host you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, what do you do and what that means to you?
I am a strategist. The bulk of my day is spent planning strategies for people. And that's what I do at GOEL.
Okay.
Yes.
So what does it mean to you, like, as a person?
It means a lot. It's something I've been looking for quite some time.
Yeah.
Trying to find myself, trying to look at what exactly, what exactly am I really good at that blesses people, that can pay for me, that helps me live a fulfilled life.
Okay.
So it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Something I've really cultivated, really searched for, and finally strategy.
Okay, that's
Yes.
nice. So what did you do in campus?
I don't want to know.
You should tell us.
I did a major in biochemistry.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Why didn't you pursue that direction career-wise?
It's a question I ask myself a lot, and I think it dawned on me right after I finished campus. And you're just after campus, looking for work, looking for some sort of, to feel like you fit in somewhere.
Yeah.
So I did try doing something in biochem, but my heart was never in biochemistry, and so it was always about, how can we accomplish this? How can we try, So throughout my life and throughout my childhood, it's been about starting something small, starting this and that, and making it work.
Okay.
So I think for some reason, I ended up finding myself lost. So I spent time asking myself, what do I do? And I think that's why I began realizing a trend in my life, realizing that people would come to me and ask me, how can we do this? Sometimes older people, sometimes even more knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
So after looking at that pattern, you begin seeing something.
Yeah.
And then you begin asking yourself, what is that it is? That's how I stumbled upon, oh, okay, it's about strategy. And finally, there it was. So that's why I didn't do biochemistry.
Okay, interesting. Yes. Now, today we just want to understand what is Goelway, why Goelway, like we just want to understand like the whole story behind the coming up of Goelway. Yeah.
Well, it's good you've been part of the journey since day one. Since day one, and thanks, you've been a good partner. Well, Goelway is about intellectual empowerment.
Okay.
And the main reason it exists is because I believe the biggest and the most sustainable way to change someone's life is to equip them with the right way of thinking that enables them to change how they do things and consequently the end result of what they do.
Yeah.
So for me, GOEL is about featuring other thinkers and featuring how they think and helping them communicate how they think, and that will help other people change how they do things.
Okay.
So instead of, let's say, giving capital to somebody, which is a good thing, instead of giving capital to somebody, impart knowledge on them. That's why we have quite a number of products. We have GOEL conferences, we have this GOEL Founders, we have other digital products coming up with the whole idea of empowering people intellectually. That is empowering their minds.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's such a good thing. So can you tell us now, how did you come up? Like, what made you get to that point where you decided, I want to empower people intellectually?
Again, I think it goes back to time. If you talk about strategy, it's about the mind. It's about how you think and how you do things in a better way.
Okay.
So I think for me, it's been all about the mind all along. Maybe just because I didn't know exactly how to address it, but it's been all about how to empower the mind to think things differently.
Yeah.
And it also connects with one of my personal traits, which is disruption.
Okay.
And I'm the kind of person who, I hope it doesn't come out very bad, but I don't like to be told. In a sense, I like to figure things out for myself.
Okay.
And I like to challenge my mind to ask myself, why is it that, I can't achieve this?
Yeah.
So when I began seeing a trend of, I want to find out how things can be done. And I began seeing other people who also have the same kind of, perception of life. They really want to try things out, and they may fail, but they have, pushed their minds to the limit.
Yeah.
And so that is why I began going to that direction of connecting and bringing together these guys who want to figure things out, get their minds ready, or rather get their minds empowered to test things out and achieve whatever they're trying to achieve.
Okay. So the becoming of GOEL, can you tell us first, how old is GOEL right now?
It's it could be 2 years now. I bet 2 years plus.
Okay. So right now, how many employees do you have?
7.
7.
Yes.
So the becoming, like, how were you able to like pick this person? This person is good at this. He or she can help me build the brand to where it has come to right now. So how was that process for you? Like, you had to break down something, can you just tell us like the whole process?
Well, I'll be honest, it was quite challenging. And I've learned a lot. Especially, I would say the team that I have worked with at GOEL has really shaped me to become even a better leader.
Okay.
Because initially, when you're trying something out and you really have a vision, but you don't know how to communicate that vision. Some of the times it happens like that. You want to try something, the vision is in your mind.
Yeah.
And so imparting that vision to the team and making them believe in that vision was, I would say, the biggest challenge that was there. And of course, there are times you would find that the people you're trying to approach to work with you don't really buy into that vision.
Yeah.
So I think it was quite challenging, but I vested more into looking for people who would understand and who partnered in the vision.
Okay.
Not just because of the glamour of success, of what can happen when the brand succeeds, but most importantly, people who love doing what they do. You can feel, even on their part, they can feel whatever they do and what GOEL wants of them is sort of a partnership that they're gaining while GOEL is gaining. So for me, it was really looking for people who are passionate about what
they're doing in the company.
Exactly, yes.
Interesting. So I would like to, or we all would like to understand some of the advantages of having Goelway and some of the challenges that you experience.
Of course, the biggest advantage is to get to live the vision, to be able to live what you believe in every day. For me, it's the biggest advantage for me, that when I go to bed at night, when I wake up, I have that vision and I feel there's no conflict, because I have lived in times when there's that conflict of what you do versus what you want to do, and you feel your life is so messed up.
Yeah.
So now living a life where you feel what you're doing is in line with what you want to achieve in life is, I think, the biggest advantage, I would say. But of course, there are many challenges. There are times when things don't work out and you're very frustrated and you feel like, why did I even start?
Yeah.
There are times you don't want to, and of course, in the process of doing things get tough, demand your time, your resources and all that. But which I would say is the biggest disadvantage or hindrance. But yeah, you start and you have to finish it. As long as it's something that you really have put your heart and mind into. It has got to be a way.
Okay.
Yes.
So what motivates you to keep going?
Like I said, it's a fact that whether I run away from it or not, it's what my heart has bought into. That I want to be part of the people who are changing the world, but by investing into the mind bit of it, because I believe the mind is like the gateway to your success. What you conceive in your mind is what you become. So I feel that is exactly what I was looking for, to be at the position where I can influence others by influencing, by giving them a lifetime investment in their minds. So I think that for me is the biggest drive. Yes.
Wow, that's really interesting. So I think the other question maybe people would like to understand is when you started Goelway, well, we've transitioned from this to this to this. Or I can say that we started as zeroed in, right?
Yes.
So
you still remember?
Maybe you can just elaborate that.
I thought you forgot.
When someone is like going through our YouTube channel or something, like he or she will find like that zeroed in somewhere, and then Recreators, and then GOEL. Like, can you explain to us like the whole transition to GOEL, and are we expecting any other rebranding? Yeah.
Well, not that I know of. I don't think we're expecting to rebrand soon.
Yeah.
And I think as you're starting out, as you're learning something, and as you're trying to settle in, there are likely many changes that come, new understandings, new things we're chasing. And so I think the whole process of transition was trying to sharpen us for better, because you'll also notice as we've transitioned, there has been changes across the board. Changes in terms of the team productivity, in terms of the workplace culture, in terms of the quality of our products. So I believe it was a way to draw us, sharpen us, and to take us closer to our objective.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't believe we have a new branding coming up.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me just ask, when you're choosing maybe the colors of your brand, are you like, for example, our colors is blue and I don't know if that's, but let me just say that is mustard. It's almost orange.
It's actually mustard.
Yeah, mustard. So is it, does it have any meaning to the brand, or it's just like, just looked for colors that can just...
Please don't crucify me.
No, sometimes people have, people have, when they're choosing colors, they have meanings. Or to you, it's just like something that just came to you or something.
Well, part of my strategy background is marketing.
Right.
I am an expert in marketing, and more so in consumer behavior. And if you look at where we came from, right from zeroed in, you look at our branding and colors and everything, you'll see quite a big transition. We transitioned from dark blue colors to now what we have right now, and it has a meaning. First of all, you'll see the energy that is radiated by the new brand. You see the energy radiated by the new blue, by the mustard, but most importantly is the meaning behind those names. Behind those colors, I mean. Blue has some sort of tranquility, it brings some sort of peace. While mustard is an indication of energy, and I would say success, because it's closer to gold. So yeah, the meaning was not by chance. And you also notice our white is not exactly white. It's white, which is whitish. So it has a meaning, of course, in terms of contrast, in terms of making sure the colors match, contrast well. But most importantly, the meaning, the energy, and of course, the perception they create in terms of even the brand and even the marketing materials. Yeah, so they do have a meaning. Yes, it was not by chance. Yes, it's a result of or rather I would say it's a result of consultation done with other designers to try and get the best. Yes.
Wow, nice. So we have the best.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so what can you say what you do as a strategist? Is it a passion, or is it your purpose in life?
It is a passion purpose. Well, I would say dating back from my early years. Back in high school, back in campus, I was the kind of guy who would start something and straighten it up to. And because of that, we've won trophies, we've won certificates. So, I was trying to look at what pattern is this? How come everything, kind of associate with has it may not succeed to the levels of global or some, it may not, of course it has its own limits, but it supersedes its peers. And so I realized it's something I was doing subconsciously. And it's something I had never even, it's a pattern I had not noticed. So for me, it's a passion, it's a purpose, it's something, now that I'm learning, of course, after noticing what you're good at, now you begin becoming the best at it. But initially it was, I would say, something you stumble upon. You're like, okay, I'm good at this, let's do this. And then as you keep on doing it, people give feedback. You do it for clients, for customers, and they're like, okay, we get results. And then you begin noticing, all right, I'm good at this. Yeah, so I would say it's a passion purpose.
Interesting. So what is your word of advice to someone you being a founder now, what would you advise someone who is like maybe struggling with their career somewhere? Like, what would you advise that person to do?
Well, I would say take back a step and take some time to really figure out exactly who you are. And why I'd say that is because I've also been there. I have struggled a lot. There are times I had no idea what I was doing. So you move from this, go to that. And I remember at some point, actually, I was in the wrong field. I was doing programming.
Wow.
And so I tried learning. I did some quite a number of projects in terms of programming. Then it reached a point where I was almost going mad. I mean, I was kind of like I would feel I'm pushing myself into something I ought not to do.
Okay.
At some point, I even had to see a doctor, and so he asked me, "What have you begun doing recently that you're not doing?" Okay. So I didn't want to let go of this programming because I felt that's where my future is pegged, and so I spent a lot of time forcing it on myself, and it wasn't a blessing to me or to anybody else. So that's when I began asking, to see people who are doing things, and I'd be like, "How did you end up in this career?" So I figured out the key to finding what you want to do and what is your purpose is really stepping back, letting go of everything you think you're good at, and questioning. And questioning, am I really good at this? Do I really love to do this? Yeah. And maybe one of the things I've heard from one of my good friends is the reason you have a mirror is because I can see myself. You can see yourself. Yeah. So you need an assistance of a mirror to see yourself. True. And that's the same concept, that you can never see yourself unless I see you. And I'm the one who can tell you, Maggie, you know what? You're good at this. True. Chances are you're good at it, but you'll never know. Yeah. Until I tell you. So it's very good to keep on asking people, get feedback from people. Right. As you are evaluating yourself, make sure people see. People give you feedback so that you also avoid that bias, and they'll end up telling you you're terrible at this, and it will hurt you big time. It will hurt you big time, but it will build you. So I think I would say in a nutshell, do find your purpose. Do spend time to question yourself, look at your trends, ask around, gather feedback, and then consolidate all that and see what are the patterns that are consistent. Okay. And then when you see those patterns, now begin questioning them even further. You'll find something that you'll find you're good at, but you didn't know. Okay.
Wow. Nice. That was really nice. We're so happy to have you tell us about Goelway. At least we won't even have to tell people about it. I mean, you guys are already on social media, you can see us. But this is the important person from this big company, and we're really happy to have you. Thank you.